Alan Smith, who won it twice with Arsenal, is with us here in the studio. Golden Boot winner, both of those seasons. What does it mean to watch Arsenal do this after 22 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time, hasn't it? In a way, it doesn't feel like it because the Arsene Wenger years still feel fairly close when they won it. But brilliant, fully deserved of it. Obviously, they've had the moments in the last few seasons where they've come second, but they've been, you know, you deserve to win it if you finish top. Yeah. They've had the best defence, they haven't had the best attack. You'd probably say City have got the best attack, but as an overall unit, you know, Mikel Arteta's done brilliantly well. And yeah, really pleased for my old club.
Not quite the excitement of '89, but the players, the manager, they won't care a less how, will they?
No, I mean, in '91, we won it with one game to go, and then we played Man United and then Coventry, actually. We had 2 games to go, so it's always nice. I was worried about that game at Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
So everyone said, oh, you know, they've got a European final 3 days after. I thought, no, you don't need to be getting something from there. So, pleased.
Yeah. It's such an interesting season for Arsenal. They start off, everybody's got high hopes. They hope that they're going to be able to build on some close finishes in the past. And they had this reputation, I think probably undeserved because they never really had it in their hands before now. But they had this reputation of maybe bottling it at the difficult moments. Having lost to Manchester City and with City having it in their hands, does this feel like something that Arsenal have overcome, an extra hurdle that they've managed to come back from?
Yeah, they have, haven't they? I mean, there's been some painful moments to watch at times. I mean, I was at the Bournemouth game, actually, just watching, not working, the Bournemouth game at the Emirates when Arsenal was so poor. And at that stage, you thought, oh, no, they're going to mess it up again, you know. But, I mean, the Burnley game as well the other night, God, you're thinking... I mean, there's bound to be nerves after so many years. We had it, I mean, going back to '89, our last 2 home games, we lost to Derby at home, we drew with Wimbledon, last game of the season at home, and we've waved to the fans saying, oh, thanks, but we couldn't quite get over the line. Then we went up to Liverpool. But you're going to have nervy moments when you haven't won it for that long, and they have had them. But, you know, hopefully now, moving forward, they can play with freedom, add to the squad. Champions League final coming up, who knows now? That feels a bit easier now, doesn't it? Not easier against PSG.
It's been a more relaxed competition for Arsenal this season, strangely, because for many players it is the absolute pinnacle. But the pressure has been off in that.
Yeah, they've had some really good performances, haven't they? Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, you know, really scored goals, opened up. And so that's going to be mouth-watering. But
it's a free hit, isn't it?
It's a free hit. But to do this, you know, this season, yeah, I'm
Did you believe that they could do it when they lost to Man City at the Etihad?
I always thought it would be close because it wasn't a bad performance, Michael, was it, at City? And they came out and they gave it a good shot. But they've got this great ability to keep a clean sheet and nick a goal. Bit of the old 1-0 to the Arsenal coming back, but yeah, he's a fine coach. Sometimes you want him to just be a bit more expansive, but it's a means to an end, you know, it's done the trick.
On Arteta, there were maybe not questions being asked of him, but there certainly would have been if they hadn't got over the line this season. But he's been adamant, and the word from the club has been that he's been building. Each season has been an improvement on the one before, and that this was coming at some stage. Did you feel that? Did you feel that confidence, and did you see that progress under Arteta?
Yeah, I did. It was just whether they could hold the nerve when City are breathing down their necks, you know, and whether they would, you know, crumble and not perform. So they have been getting better. You know, they added to the squad last summer. Gyökeres has scored his goals. He probably hasn't convinced fully as an Arsenal centre-forward, but he's notched some important ones. We've spoken about the depth of squad all season, you know, and they have had injuries. They've been able to fill in for those injuries, and that squad strength, I think, has really helped them and maybe got them over the line.
Obviously, they're going to want to celebrate this Premier League title. They've got the game coming up at the weekend. They'll be able to celebrate at Crystal Palace. I'm sure they'll have the opportunity to celebrate with their own fans as well. But as you said, there is potentially another piece of silverware for Arsenal. They could be winning the Champions League come the end of the season. If they do that, this would be an extraordinarily successful season. Ian Wright was saying that he feels that this could be one of the greatest Arsenal sides if they manage to win both those trophies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, on performance and, you know, trophies alone, Arsenal have never done it. Never won the European Cup / Champions League. So to win the league and that double would be unprecedented. You know, it was interesting watching Monday Night Football and Patrick Vieira and Jamie talking about which players would go into the Invincibles. And there are a few that would go in, you know, 1 or 2 defenders, the keeper. Obviously, Henry and Bergkamp aren't going to get replaced. But they're not as good as that team, I don't think, as a whole. But certainly in terms of being able to keep those clean sheets, they're in a great position now going forward. They really are. And you'd love to see them add some more quality in the forward positions. I think that's where they need to do it. They've got great cover in defence, maybe another midfielder, but they should have the money to do it as well. So all eyes on Arsenal now.
Yeah, and like you say, they don't need to be the greatest Arsenal team ever. They just need to be the best team in the Premier League over the course of 38 games, and that is why they're champions. Alan, thank you very much for coming on to talk to us.
Now?
Yeah, I've got
We just come and get a little cameo.
Well, I'm expensive, you know.
I know.
He's a striker. He comes in, scores the goal, leaves.
He's off.
Exactly, the finisher.
Yeah, exactly,
Well done, mate.
exactly. Alan, thanks so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
Really good to talk to you. Congratulations to Arsenal. Let's take a look at the table again, because Arsenal then 4 points clear of Manchester City. It is an insurmountable gap now on the last day of the season.